before the video starts, I should let you guys know that that giveaway for the Razer mouse is still going on. The link is in the description. Many ways to enter should be ending pretty soon, as in like 2 days or something like that. So get on it. Roll the intro. Whoa. Okay, before we get started reviewing this episode, because I got a lot of things I want to say, there's a lot of cool things that happened in this episode, and just a lot of things I want to talk about. First, we need to address the elephant in the room. Get out. In all seriousness, the freaking Riddler cannot give himself his own nickname. I was legit watching my freaking TV right here, and I was all like, man, this episode's been pretty good. I was jotting down my notes of things I wanted to talk about, and then the Riddler is freaking in Lucius's car, talking to him, having a one-on-one, thinking that he's like his enemy or whatever, or his second enemy, because he freaking couldn't get Jim Gordon, the man he originally wanted, and then he ends up saying the most freaking ridiculous thing ever, saying that he is the Riddler. You can't give yourself your nickname. It's like the most unwritten rule of unwritten rules. I mean, if there was like a 10 commandments of unwritten rules, that is in the top 5. Thou shalt not give self thy own nickname. Gotham almost had it so perfect. They even had a newspaper after he killed the people in the chess tournament that said the freaking, checkmate killer or the chess killer or something like that. All he had to do was another freaking riddle mystery or another riddle death, and then, or just left a riddle for the police, or even Bullock could have talked to the newspaper after, and freaking Fox could have talked to him and said, yeah, I had to solve some riddles to save Bullock's life, and bada bing, bada boom, the newspaper, they could have even had Valerie Vale do it to bring her ass back to the show, and bada bing, bada boom, she could have came up with the name The Riddler. But no, we're Gotham, and we gotta do things just the way that, sucks. How do you mess that up, Gotham? How? You've been building the Riddler for so long. You've been making such a great character. He is portrayed freaking great by Corey Michael Smith. Sorry, Corey, if you're watching this, but Corey Michael Scott sounds pretty legit, right? Corey portrays the Riddler so well, and then he freaking gives himself his own name. Like, why? Why, Gotham? You were like right there. You were at the finish line. You were almost about to cross the freaking thing. You were raising your arms, and then somebody ran fucking by you, and you looked like a dumbass for celebrating early. I just can't believe it. Like, I'm serious. The moment, I thought the episode was going really well, and I was like, oh man, this is a lot of stuff I was talking about previously, and it just seemed to flow really well, with freaking how the relationship with Penguin, like everything in this episode was going so well until that moment. I was like, no, you were almost there. And now you can't take it back, and that is something we gotta live with. But, whatever. I don't think it's gonna be the worst thing, because we still got Barbara Queen coming. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about the rest of this episode. I needed to get that out of my system. But I do want to say, with the whole giving himself his name thing, and he knocked out Lucius, what did he do with him? Did he just knock him out and get out of his car? Or does he have Lucius, held captive, and he's going to, do something with him? What happened? We didn't really get any resolve there. It doesn't seem like he's going to be in the next episode. So I'm very curious, what the hell happened to Lucius? But like I said, I did really enjoy this episode. It's just good to have Gotham back, even though they drive me up a freaking wall. It is good to have this show back, just because every little Batman element, I'm like, ooh. But I really did enjoy this. And just seeing the Riddler finally start doing some riddles. And I absolutely loved when freaking the Riddler and Lucius were doing the freaking riddles at the end. Of course, he had all the cool riddles before, in the chemistry lab, and just trying to match his wits with Gotham's finest, artists and philosophers and chemists and all of that jazz. I love that he was going to the most intellectual people in Gotham to try to match him, and they were not a match for him. And then he comes up upon Lucius, and, they have their whole battle of wits. But I absolutely loved when he was freaking out that Lucius was just giving him wrong answers. He was like, no, what do you mean? Why the hell would you say snowflake? I love that so much, because that is exactly how I act with Gotham. I mean, you guys can let me know in the comment sections down below, but I feel like that is how I act when it comes to Gotham. Like, people just, like, you know, freaking Gotham is Lucius, and I'm the Riddler when it comes to their storylines, and I just found it so hilarious just when he was like, what? He was just freaking out. Absolutely love that about the Riddler, and I don't know if we're going to see any more of that, because now he knows who he is. But, you know, hopefully we get some more, you know, people that just blow his mind with how dumb their answers are, because I want to see more of that. That was awesome. Quick question before we go on to the whole Riddler-Penguin relationship in this episode. How the fuck did the GCPD not know that this was Riddler? How did they not know that freaking Nygma was the guy behind this? Like, seriously, some crazy lunatic that wants you to solve puzzles. Didn't he do this exact same damn thing when Gordon caught him and they put him in Arkham Asylum? Why would the GCPD not go after or even try to question Nygma first? I was asking myself this whole episode, I was like, they have to know that he freaking left all of that crime scene and all of that bullshit behind in the last, was it last season already? Yeah, it was last season. And I was like, what the? How do you not go to him? I don't know. I kept asking myself that. Let me know if you guys were thinking the same thing. Now let's move on to that freaking Nygma Penguin relationship, because we saw how strong it was, and we saw how, like, not remorseful Riddler was, but we saw that he was kind of regretting his decision to kill his best friend. I mean, towards the end, he finally found out who he was, even though he gave himself the damn name. But we saw that he dumped his crazy pills into the water, where I think he killed freaking Riddler. Penguin, not Riddler. You know, where freaking Riddler killed the Penguin, I should say. And he dumped his crazy pills there, and he's not going to see Oswald anymore. But I love that aspect that every time he was going to do something very clever or something that had to do with riddles, he took one of those pills to talk to Penguin. And he knew for a fact that he would get those damn hallucinations if he took those pills, so he was doing it purposely just to talk to his best friend still. So it's a little ironic that Riddler is trying to find out who he is, but at the same time, he is still going back to the person that saw him for who he was, and his mentor and best friend, Penguin. And even in the end, Penguin is still the only person that sees Nygma for who he is, because once Riddler freaking talked to Lucius and was all like, we were evenly matched, or he didn't say they were evenly matched, but you know, you were my enemy, blah, blah. Fox knew he was like, you're crazy and you need help, you should turn yourself in, whereas Penguin saw the freaking prospect and greatness that was Edward Nygma. So deep down, you know that made Nygma feel like shit, because that is exactly what Penguin said on the dock. Like, he saw Riddler for who he was. I just thought this episode was a great representation of the relationship between Edward Nygma and Oswald Cobblepot. Oh, and freaking speaking of Mr. Cobblepot, like I told you guys that we're worried that Penguin died on that last episode back in, when did we see it? February, right? Those of you that were worried, I told you the dude wasn't gonna die. There was no way they were gonna kill Penguin off, and of course, he just got shot, and it looked like Poison Ivy was the one that saved him. She saw him fall into the river. That explains where the hell freaking Poison Ivy was, hanging out at the docks, because that's where all the cool kids hang out, and the rest of Gotham's crime underworld, apparently. And with the little bit that we saw of both of them, Ivy obviously caring for a bunch of plants, because that is a very Ivy thing to do, and Oswald getting back to, hopefully, badass Penguin, because he has somebody he has to kill, meaning Nygma. Although I guarantee that they're going to be working together or being best friends by the end of the season. Also, freaking Penguin as the imaginary Penguin was fucking great in this. I mean, Penguin's always great, but he was really great in this episode, except for the musical part. No Gotham, no, don't even think about it. Don't freaking, The Flash and Supergirl can get away with the musical episode. Don't even think about bringing that shit to Gotham, okay? I got no problem with musicals. La La Land is one of my favorite movies in the most recent months, but you can't get away with it on freaking Gotham, okay? You just can't do it. The show's way too dark for it. It would be really weird, and it just felt kind of awkward in this episode. Not sure how anybody else felt, but that damn thing came out of nowhere, and it made no sense to me. Now let's move on to the Court of Owls and freaking Jim Gordon. We knew that this was going to come. We knew that Jim's uncle was part of the Court of Owls and that he was going to try to get Jim to freaking join the Court of Owls. Now, there's a little twist-a-rooney going on right here because apparently the way they're spinning it is that Jim's uncle wants him to join the Court of Owls so they can bring the Court of Owls down from the inside, and we thought maybe that he was just going to try to get him to join. Now, this could still be a switcheroo. Maybe that he knows that Jim will only join because of that, and they're going to use him to do something else, and maybe he's lying to him, or they could actually be trying to bring down the Court of Owls from the inside. Still kind of 50-50 on either one. I could see it going either way. It could be an interesting way to bring down the Court of Owls, and then possibly Jim's uncle dying at the end to sacrifice his life or something like that. But from the whole little conversation we had with them is that Jim's dad and uncle both joined the Court of Owls thinking they were going to be able to do some good, and it actually turned out that they were, doing some things that they didn't approve of, and especially Jim's dad did not approve of it, and they had him killed while Jim was in the car, drunk driver style. And to prove his loyalty to the court, Jim's uncle had to go overseas and do some stuff, which he didn't really talk about, but he had to prove his loyalty that way, and now he wants to have Jim join the Court of Owls to help him take down the court from the inside. So that storyline's getting pretty interesting, and it makes more sense that Gordon would be the one to try to take down the Court of Owls. He has motive now because they killed his father. It would just make more sense for Gordon to try to take them down instead of Bruce, because Bruce really has no training. Bruce could get his ass kicked really well, and all of that jazz. And are they gonna even talk about that damn owl bird thing that they stole? You better freaking finish that storyline. I know Jerome broke it, but still put it back together, figure out what the deal was with that, but don't just have this whole episode about this damn owl and then not do anything with it, Gotham. So yeah, over the next few episodes, it does look like Jim is going to start taking down the Court of Owls, or at least learning more about them as he contemplates joining or whatever he's going to do with his uncle. So we'll see how that plays out, and that will more than likely be the downfall of the Court of Owls. Speaking of the Court of Owls, they also brought in Evil Bruce as part of their plan, besides trying to get Gordon to join them. And the whole Evil Bruce plan is pretty interesting, but I got some questions. One, how the hell did they get the exact same clothes as Bruce? Like, the exact same shit. How was he wearing the exact same stuff? Like, I know he wrote notes and left it for him, but were they spying on him? Like, even if they were spying on him, how the hell did they get the exact same outfit and have him be able to get it in time? Because even if you're like, oh my god, he went with the Argyle coat? Like, we don't have an Argyle coat. Now we gotta go out and buy it. Oh my god. Like, even that would take some fucking time. How did they figure out his exact outfit so soon? Do they got hidden cameras? I want to know. I jumped a little bit ahead of myself, but before Evil Bruce attacks other Bruce, and he's wearing the exact same thing, and I don't know how that works, before all of that, we saw that Bruce was a little preoccupied with those notes that he thought were from Selina. Turns out they were from Evil Bruce, but he was training with Alfred to throw knives at a board with an apple on it and shit, and he was very terrible at it. Normal Bruce sucks right now, but then, after I had these thoughts of normal Bruce sucking, he freaking goes to meet Selina, who he thought was writing him notes, and she shows up after those goons are gonna fight him and take all his money. She's all like, I don't wanna talk to you, I'm a girl, I'm mad at you, because that's what girls do sometimes. Sometimes you deserve it too. Anyway, Selina is pissed. She's still not over the whole, him lying to her about her mother. He was freaking just trying to protect you, okay? Your mom's a piece of shit, and he just wanted, he knows you're better than that, but you just don't see that. That's all he's trying to do. He's just trying to love you, Selina, and you're just not listening. I'm sorry, I just relate. After Selina does that, those guys are like, so about that money, beat the shit out of Bruce, but he gets back up, and it ain't Evil Bruce, it's normal Bruce, and he freaking fights all of those dudes like Batman would. He beats all of their asses, and it was awesome, and I remember saying that a long time ago when we freaking heard that thing, and I gotta say, I love you guys, but sometimes you guys get me thinking differently, and I go against what I normally thought. I thought that was normal Bruce from the start, and then a lot of you guys were like, nah man, that's evil Bruce. That's totally evil Bruce, dude. It's so evil Bruce, bruh. So in my brain, I was all like, you know what? It totally could be evil Bruce, and I might be totally wrong. But oh no, I was right. I believed in my boy Bruce, that he was like fighting like Batman and shit, and you guys made me think differently. So like now, from now on, I gotta question you guys like so much. But normal Bruce did suck at throwing knives. After that fight, and he's cleaning up the little blood that was on his nose, and he looks in a mirror and he sees not his reflection, but his double self, which was really like not symbolic, but it was kind of cool because it was like a mirror, and in a mirror you see yourself, but yourself was really behind you. Like, what does that mean? Anyways, that is when the whole freaking tranking of normal Bruce by evil Bruce happens. And then evil Bruce goes back to freaking Wayne Manor and tries to be Bruce and fails already. He failed in the first 30 seconds of being Bruce Wayne because freaking Alfred, Alfred Pennyworth, that bad man, saw through that shit like that. You know Alfred, who would know Master Bruce no matter what, he saw through your shit immediately. Evil Bruce, Alfred's gonna play your game because he knows that something's going on. He's gonna freaking be playing that damn game of yours because he wants to know what your game plan is, bitch. But he knows you ain't Master Bruce, evil Bruce. Seriously though, Alfred saw through that shit the moment that guy was like, yes, that whatever the hell you're cooking sounds good. When Bruce literally just said he doesn't freaking like that shit. So expect freaking Alfred to be kicking some ass in these next few episodes. I also told you guys that the freaking bullseye that Master Bruce throws on that damn thing was evil Bruce, and a lot of you are like, nah, that's real Bruce. I'm like, no! All of that brings me down to my final thought of this video, and that is, why the hell is the Court of Owls actually helping Bruce Wayne? Or, if they're not helping Bruce Wayne, then what the hell is up with this shaman dude that we've been talking about and breaking down these trailers for? Is he really a bad guy and working with the Court of Owls? Because legitimately, why the hell would the Court of Owls send Bruce Wayne to the mountains where it seems like the League of Shadows would be? Why would they send him somewhere where he could train and become the Dark Knight? Or, you know, the savior of Gotham, and all of that jazz? Are they going to train him to be a Talon? That would make sense if they're like, we want Bruce to be a Talon and learn our ways and all that jazz. That's what I'm kind of hoping that'll be. And this shaman guy is somebody that works for the Court of Owls and not the League of Shadows. Maybe the League of Shadows come in and freaking kidnap Bruce after they try to kill the Talons or something. That would be kind of a cool storyline. But as of right now, I don't know why the hell, if you're the Court of Owls, you go through all of this crap to make an evil Bruce Wayne, and then you're going to take the real Bruce Wayne and send him off somewhere where he can learn to fight and be a motherfucking badass. It just doesn't make any sense to me that the Court of Owls would try to help Bruce Wayne in some way and send him to some guy that's going to unlock all of his full potential. But yeah, I want to know what you guys think about all of that jazz. Also, how do you feel about Gotham being back, about the whole Penguin Riddler thingamabob going on, and anything else you think's going to be happening in these last few episodes of Gotham? Let me know in the comment sections down below. Guys and gals, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share with all of your Gotham buddies. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all things nerdy and geeky on this channel. As always, I am your host, JUICEbox. Remember, when you wake up in the morning, ask yourself something. If I have a daily dose of juice, see you guys next time. Bye!